Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Friday, May 14th, 2010. This morning we're talking about the global slowdown is threatening markets. Now in this era of globalization, it's really interesting to see how all of these markets around the world are interconnected between stock markets, bond markets, currency markets, prices of commodities, gold, oil, so on and so forth. And basically what's happened is that we now have what's known as the butterfly effect. In other words, if something happens in one area of the world, it can affect what happens, all the way across the globe somewhere else. And that's what we're seeing here with this Greek debt crisis. So, you may be saying to yourself, well, what does that mean to me? I mean, yeah, Greece could default and they're having problems. So what? What does that mean to me? Well, there's a lot of implications that could happen as a result. Because Greece sort of serves as a microcosm for what's going on in the world economy. So, if Greece fails, then there's potential that the euro could fail. If the euro fails, then there's potential that, it could set off a chain reaction throughout the entire marketplace, which could induce something like financial Armageddon. Now, I don't want to be a doomsdayer or one of those guys saying, hey, this is going to happen. But the potential really is out there, and it's pretty crazy. So that's what we're seeing in the markets. Right now, there's a lot of fear in the market. Earlier this morning, let's take a look at the euro real quick on the 5-minute. It got down to as low as 124, looks like 30-something, and that's the lowest it's been in over a year. What I want to do this morning is we're just running this video right here before the U.S. stock market opens. Now, stock market futures are lower this morning. We're going to open lower, but we're going to see what happens. Here in the U.S., we had retail sales figures come out, which is usually an important number. They actually came out better than expected, which is a good thing, but is this going to be enough to actually drive the global economy? And that's going to be a tough sell to people, because right now in the Eurozone, they're talking about the austerity measures and, hey, let's cut back, let's cut deficits, and what that does is that puts a drag on demand. So when you put a drag on demand, there's not enough economic activity going on to warrant prices in a lot of different places. So a proxy for world demand typically is oil prices. So oil prices are lower. They're now trading on a 73 handle. I think it's just under 74 right now as we speak. So that's what's happening with oil. So, well, who does oil affect? Well, we talked about the loonie. The loonie sort of is a proxy for oil. So because oil is lower, so is the loonie. So you can sort of see how these relationships work and how they set up. So what I want to do now is we're just going to take a quick peek at the Aussie US dollar here and see what happens as the US stock market opens. See if there's any sort of pop to this. But right now, as I mentioned, there's some fear in the marketplace. Some other things happening is the Kiwi here. Let's take a quick look at the Kiwi versus the dollar. It's actually showing a little bit of strength. It's hanging in there. It's down slightly versus the dollar, which would be expected. It's down a little bit more against the yen as the unwind of carry trades is taking place. But as you can see, the Kiwi's higher against the Aussie, obviously higher against the euro. And they had some economic figures come in last night, which is sort of baffling to me. I'm not sure why they're receiving the bid that they are. The retail sales figures rose at the slowest pace in almost a year, and their housing prices fell. So, that's pretty interesting to say the least. I mean, if I told you that, you'd probably say, "Oh, that doesn't sound good," and it doesn't. I mean, that sort of lessens the the idea that they're going to raise rates here mid-year. If they're starting to experience a little bit of deflation, a little bit of a slowing economy, raising rates at this time wouldn't be a good idea. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Of course, right after I wrote this, the Kiwi started selling off a little bit. And we've got this risk aversion going on in the market. So right now, let's see, the biggest loser here is the Aussie yen. We can just look at this on the hourly chart here. Show you. And this is basically the unwind of carry trades. Whoops, let's look at it on the weekly. Okay, this is basically unwind of carry trades. So, when there's fear in the market, people are getting rid of their risk assets, and they're trying to go to something more safe haven. And that's what's happening here with Aussie yen. So let's just see U.S. markets open. Let me see if I can get a good reading on where we're at right now. we're only down 56 and change, which that isn't so bad, although there may be some things that haven't opened yet and it's going to come out a little bit lower. But that's what we're seeing in the market. So you can see how everything's sort of interrelated, and that's sort of how you want to think about the currency market, because when you're sitting there, remember this butterfly effect that, somebody does something over in one area of the world and all of a sudden it can have ramifications around the rest of the world. So, right now, Euro's obviously lower. We're under 125. Just show you here real quick. We looked at that. Hourly chart here, trend is clearly down, and we've also, looks like the pound's coming back a little bit. That's a good thing. So perhaps we are going to see a rebound in U.S. Stock market here going into the weekend. To be honest with you, on Fridays myself, I typically like to be risk averse because you're not certain what's going to happen over the weekend. Markets are closed. If something does happen, you really don't have anything you can do about it. So, that's what we're looking at right now. Risk is pretty high here in the marketplace. Just be careful with your trading and keep an eye on what's happening around the globe. So that's it for today. Have a nice weekend. Good trading to all. As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.